Wait, should we like do wishes with this? Like we could do some witchy shit.
I'm down to do some witchy. What's some witchy shit?
I don't know. It's like let's just manifest if we throw these rocks in. Maybe we can just like wish on some shit.
Okay. What's like one thing that you really hope is a part of your life at the end of this year? Like anything. Like it could be like a job or a poverty or be like
that thing.
A thing you've accomplished.
I hope that thing's still here at the end of this year.
Miss Margaret is still kicking.
That's it. That's all I want for the end of this year.
I love that.
Yeah. How about you?
I hope that by the end of this year, I like know exactly like I'm on the path, finally like actually on the path towards like
3, 2.
into the universe.
Woo! I didn't say the one. I just.
Yeah, that's what I want. I hope for this year.
Yeah.
And honestly, for me, it's less about like.
I think with van life, people assume routines are something we all run away from. And to be fair, it might seem that way from the outside looking in, but routines are just different. My routine includes waking up and waiting patiently for my 16-year-old Chihuahua to wake up from her slumber. She loves sleeping in. Sometimes I can't move the van until 1 or 2 in the afternoon, because how could I possibly disturb this sleeping beauty? I always check the weather before I go to bed to make sure I'm in the right place in case sunrise could be good. And then I set my alarm for sunrise just in case the weather was wrong anyway. My friend usually calls me somewhere around 8:30 every morning, but if she hasn't called me by then, it usually means she's in a meeting, so that means I should call her around 10. I usually let Margaret have breakfast in bed while I edit photos. It's a mix of dry kibble and wet food and a couple pieces of shredded cheese because she loves it so much. After her breakfast, I'll move the van somewhere and start my day. We all have routines, even if our lives look a little different. I never knew how much of my routine was centered around Margaret until I lost her. I'm stupidly afraid of heights, mostly falling. It's severely impacted my life. I base my hikes around how much edge exists on every trail. But despite that, the Grand Canyon is one of my favorite places because when you're above the rim, I think it's one of the closest sensations you'll ever have to being a bird. Despite that, I'll always say yes to the hikes that scare me, especially if I know it'll make my friend happy. Despite that, I've never once regretted the times I've pushed through fear and uncertainty, pushed through the unknown until it became second nature. I started van life scared. It was just me and Margaret in a Subaru, and I had no clue what I was doing or if it would even work out. I bought my van scared. Heck, I even drive it scared sometimes still. Always a little nervous something might happen on the road and I'll become houseless. This new chapter, it feels so scary to me. It feels scary because I don't know if I've ever known a love as deep as Margaret's. And that's a little difficult for me to say out loud. And I don't want to get into that too deeply, but Margaret entered my life when I was 16 years old. We were inseparable. But what I learned this May was how special friendships can be. How sometimes, when you're in a dark space, you show up at your friend's house to say, hey, I'm headed north for the summer. And they tell you, no, not yet. Stay in the driveway for a bit. And they make sure you get as close as you can back to yourself before you leave. I'm telling you, it wasn't all gloomy during my time in Arizona. I was a driveway princess for a month. My friends drove me around, took me on hikes I would have never in my life gone on. Again, heights are my scary thing. I went floating somewhere so magical that I forgot the world could hurt so bad for an entire day. Find the friends who point you toward the sunshine and never let them go.
Hold on, we gotta show you this.